In this tutorial, we show you how to create rules for configurable consolidation